What's good? It's your boy B Ninja here, and I'm back at it again with something I've been wanting to do for a while on my channel. So as of this recording, we just recently celebrated Juneteenth, which is also known as Freedom Day. And it's a celebrated holiday to where that on June 19th, 1865, all slaves in the state of Texas were declared free. And that's after the Emancipation Proclamation and the defeat of the Confederate Army freed all the slaves in general. Despite all that, Texas still was stuck into the old roots, and it took the Union soldiers to knock into Galveston and let them know that, hey, slavery's abolished, so you need to let every single one of them slaves go. Please, thank you. So, fast forward to today, in the realm of fighting games, there was a Juneteenth charity stream by OS_operating systems. Shout out to those guys, well done on streams the other day. And my guys Rizzy and Slick from the Indian Nation was a part of that stream playing Tekken. And during the stream, I popped a question that was very intriguing.
What are your thoughts on the representation of people of color in fighting games, and who are your faves from which fighting game?
And that question led me to today's video. Now, there has been a good representation of black fighting game characters over the years, like the Balrogs, the DJs, the Dudleys, the Jaxes, the TJ Combos, the Bruce Irvins, and all the way to the Leroy Smiths. So the developers have shown a good diverse crop of fighters on the male side. But on the female side of things, I feel the black representation is a bit on the lacking side versus the male counterparts. So by lacking, I mean not getting the shine and platform that they should be in fighting games. And that's where I come in. So for this video, I managed to find 21 black female representations in fighting games, and I will rank them on my status as to who are my favorites. Now before I highlight them, let me throw a disclaimer. These are characters that do have African roots within their bloodline, or got dark skin complexions that makes them even more diverse. So you will see full blacks, you'll see half blacks, you'll see Afro-Latinas, and you'll see dark-skinned females from different nationalities to get their shine on. So with that, here is B Ninja's top 21 black female fighting game characters of my status. So let's go. Najib from King of Fighters 14. First of all, shut up. I know she's Saudi, but this dark-skinned waifu that was created by a fan who basically wanted her in the game basically did her justice, and it got SNK to put her in the game. And by God, she was done justicely with her Rekkas and the Dragon of the Darkness Flame that she has. But I just wish that she wasn't as difficult as fuck to play as, otherwise I would have vouched for her more. Grace from Fighting Vipers. Not gonna lie, never really played this game as much as a kid, but being that it's one of Sega's counterattacks to Virtua Fighter, and premiered one of fighting game's first black female characters, and the first character to fight in roller skates, Sega sealed the deal with this figure skating prodigy. I mean, look at her kicks, look at her collisions, hell, look at all of this grace, no pun intended. And to the coach that cheated on her with her rival bitch, you suck! And you done scorn a Grace. Lucy Cannon from Kung Fu Chaos. Yes, viewers, Kung Fu Chaos, as in the Xbox version of Super Smash Bros. As goofy and hilarious this movie's parody game was, it did premiere a sister that pays homage to the blaxploitation films of the 70s, not to mention the sex goddess Pam Grier. I mean, when you have a fro, a bazooka named Baby Doll, and a sassy, funky attitude, you know Lucy Cannon will blow your ass with a Zuka, boom, with your candy ass.
And doing all the things, and I'm just talking.
Ouch.
Fierce Tiger from Tao Fang, Fist of the Lotus. Yep, another original Xbox fighting game that people want to forget it existed. Remember playing it as a kid, and despite the stiff mechanics, chi attacks, and limb damage, what did exist in the game is Isis Williams, a former gang leader turned scholarship recipient who was working towards preservation towards big cats. So basically, she came from the streets and changed her ways to pursue a better life. So not all black people from the hood are bad. And looking at her playstyle, her looks, and her personality that's vivacious and independent, you understand why they call her Fierce Tiger.
Now you know. Never tangle with a tiger.
Twintel from ARMS. Now mind you, I never played this game in my life because I do not own a Switch, so go figure. But the moment I saw this French silver screen queen, it not only sums up that I want her in other video games, particularly fighting, but the way she walks, the way she talks, and the way she throws them hitboxes, it makes me sum up Twintel in one word. Hey yo Lance, what is that word? Lisa Hamilton from Dead or Alive. Now, who would have thought that she would be a lab scientist by day and an exotic luchador by night? I mean, the fact that she's the combination of brains and beauty, and coming from Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, her transition into the fighting game franchise smoothed Lisa very well. I mean, she is the one behind the Epsilon project, which turned Hayate into the Karate Fire Iron, but with the mixture of her Lucha Libre and Capoeira, this dark-skinned waifu really shows why she got the brains with her lab research, and she can become an exotic butterfly in the realm of professional wrestling. And speaking of pro wrestling, Aisha from Rumble Roses. Yes, Rumble Roses is a wrestling game, but you best recognize this. Wrestling games are also considered fighting games, so suck it, y'all. And besides being a waifu wrestling game, the one thing I love about this game is one thing. Dancing sister number one herself, Miss Aisha. This Georgia pop star went from winning Grammys to knucking and bucking bitches all over the wrestling ring. I mean, look at the way she walks, the way she talks, the way she's oh so voluptuous, and the way she just fucking bitches up, especially fucking up her main rival, Dixie Clemens, which, hey, sometimes you gotta keep that rivalry alive, and I just love the way she walks, the way she fucks you up, and the way she works the fuck it. Because why? It's Aisha, aka Beyonce if she was a professional wrestler. That name is so poppin', they named a 90s R&B song off of her. Manat from Street Fighter V. Wanna walk like an Egyptian, like this Egyptian fortune teller right here? Yas, queen! Look at the way she walks, the way she struts, the way she's gonna snatch your wig off and let you know that she has a man, and foresee your future and let you know that her man's better than yours. But nah, all jokes aside, this fortune teller and protege of fan favorite Rouge really became a fan favorite to the eyes. Minus the exception that as a character, she is difficult to fuck as play as. I'm like, damn, Manad, why is your set gameplay so hard to where players can't master you so easily? I'm like, damn, he ain't trying to be that easy, but I see you. Vanessa Lewis from Virtua Fighter. Yo, I just recently got back into this game, and this really helped me realize how dope Vanessa is and why she's easily one of my favorite, not only black characters in video games, but characters in general. I mean, the fact that she has 2 variations of her Valley Toodle style, where she goes on the defense and catches people and throws them the Booker T.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Or goes to the offense and either rampage into the window to the wall or pumps their asses to sleep. Either way, this bodyguard continues to show why, if you're on the battlefield with Vanessa, your ass is gonna be dead when you step in the ring with her. Tanya from Mortal Kombat. Not gonna lie, when she debuted in MK4, of course I was gravitated, cause hey, another black woman in a video game. I mean, when you got someone that can do splits, cannon drills, and snap your neck around with the thunder thighs, did I forget to mention that she could drop into the splits from the air? You know she's my type of chick. Until I found out that she betrayed Tanya and decided to side with Shinnok and fuck some shit up. But in later games, despite the atrocious Nicki Minaj wig, her gameplays redeemed the good qualities of what made Tanya very valuable and very enjoyable at the same time. Plus her MKX design makes her more Egyptian towards that, hey, she runs her own shit. And even expresses it in her nonchalant personality. I mean, just look at this Fatal. And my point is proven. Zanina from King of Fighters 14. Yes, Zarina's Colombian that now resides in Brazil, but considering KLF's lack of black/dark skin complexity in the game, Zanina fits well in this category because 1, she's very cheerful, 2, she uses capoeira, and the fact that she be throwing them flowers, them groceries, and all of her floatiness on her opponents. This waifu really shows why Zanina is indeed one of my favorites in KOF 14, and hopefully she brings more cheerfulness and that toucan Koku all over the place, hopefully in the next King of Fighters game. Rouge from Power Stone. Oh my god, you want to talk about another Capcom classic fighting game that needs to come back? And if another Marvel vs. Capcom game resurfaces, put this woman in this game. I mean, look at her. This Arabian scorching fortune teller looks and fights with style and grace. And when she power changes into the hottest flame, Rouge will light your ass up in flames, throws a spirit bomb into magma waves, and even dance all over your ass inside of a spinning magic carpet. So Power Stone definitely holds the answers as a fun, underrated Smash-like fighting game, and Rouge, hands down, needs to be resurfaced to the masses. I mean, how you doing? Elena from Street Fighter 3. I heart this woman. When this game first came out in the mid-90s, this happy-go-lucky Kenyan was one of the characters that gravitated me the most. The reasons? 1, capoeira, 2, her floaty and rhythmic movement, and 3, her overjoyed, yet sometimes perky, persona to travel the world and be friends with everybody she fights with. Her inclusion in Street Fighter Cross Tekken and Ultra Street Fighter 4 gave Elena a lot more shine, and as one of fighting game's black female characters, Elena will make you watch her heal, feel the rhythm of the earth, and keep throwing them beats in your heads. Bullimperna from Street Fighter EX. Now, a lot of people stated that they hated the series, but I personally love it, so fuck all of yas. Not only it was Capcom's first 3D fighting series, with partnership with Arika, it featured one of my favorite dark-skinned waifus in the game, in Polam. This exotic Arabian heiress fits all the traits of a rushdown fighter that I love. The drill and furnace, the premium kicks, the tellum kicks, spinning your ass around like a tornado, and shaking them tamarines and give you supple whistle, and her long overdue return in Fighting EX Slayer is a sight to view, regaining all of her penmanship that I love, the beautiful color designs, especially the Shantae color scheme, and you can hit her opponents with the damn tambourine. All this is why that all eyes should be on Polimperna.
今度は誰と戦おうかしら。
Darlie Dagger from Samurai Showdown. Good thing with this game, SNK is really trying to diverse the roster up, and they did that with this hot, strong, fierce newcomer in Darlie Dagger. This Madagascar shipyard boss has all the tools of what made her my main in the new Sam show. I mean, she's black, she got dreads, and she has a strong build with not only her looks, but her gameplay. I mean, with her saw sword, it morphs into a hook where you can catch your opponent and knee him, and it turns into a drill where you can grab him and send your opponent to the seas. So you don't want to get this sister angry, because she will walk up to you with all this sass, and then knock your ass out with one punch. Storm from the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Not only she's one of my favorite X-Men characters, but in 1994, Aurora Monroe became the first black female fighting game character when she debuted in X-Men Children of the Atom arcades. Capcom did her justice with her animation and gameplay. Her whirlwinds, typhoons, and lightning attacks are quick to precision, and in her later fighting game appearances, she maintains her leadership in the fighting game world as a very strong character. Especially in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where she became so OP, she's rough to fight against, so damn, Storm! Storm has always been an iconic heroine for decades, a co-leader of the X-Men and a role model to all. Storm continues to compel her opponents with the power of Gaia, through the power of the wind, and the name of Wakanda forever!
I suddenly rejoice that there are no raccoons in Wakanda.
Jacqui Briggs from Mortal Kombat. Another black girl in Mortal Kombat, and she's the daughter of the iconic Jax. Hell motherfucking yeah! Debuting in Mortal Kombat X, Jacqui instantly became my main. With her rushdown mechanics, her what's good attitude, and the way she be stunning like her daddy, she easily became one of my favorites of the new Kombat kids. Especially in MK11, where NetherRealm performed the Beyonce and upgraded Jacqui. My girl is now 100% Muay Thai, she displays one of the best fatal blows and fatalities in the game, and they upgraded her looks to where she got the 90s mom Jerry curl, and my personal favorite skin, the Future Briggs, so looking like she came straight out of Wakanda. What's good, Jacqui? So yeah, Jacqui easily became one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters in the franchise, and with the recent upgrades to her appearance and her gameplay, NetherRealm made sure that the players better say her name.
Say my name, bitch!
Laura Matsuda from Street Fighter V. Now before you jump into the comments and say, Laura's not black! Shut up and let me slap some facts into y'all. Laura's brother Sean has the same mama and papa as Laura, and comes from Japanese and, dare I say it, African ancestry, which makes Laura part sister as well, so suck it, haters! And with the way she looks and the way she moves, this Brazilian waifu is definitely invited to the cookout. As far as her gameplay, the fact that she fused Brazilian jiu-jitsu with electricity straight out of the Blanca juice, Laura can mix your ass up, to where she can throw your ass, slap that ass, use her ass, and roll your ass like she's Sonic the Hedgehog. Laura, have mercy on my soul, as you are my day one for this game, and one of my top tier waifus in fighting game. Jade from Mortal Kombat. Jade is hands down one of my top favorite Mortal Kombat characters of all time. From her playable debut in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 to now, this calculating Black Edenia knows how to work and put the sap into it with a bow, her razor ring, and her glow. It lets you recognize that Jade is, like her age, 10,000% that bitch. You see her looks, you see all that sass. You wanna talk about a true ride-or-die chick? Jade is the ultimate X Factor. I mean, she that type of woman that be like, yo, Katana, you want me to key this motherfucker like a car? Do not fuck with Jade. Or as the girl group Jade likes to say it, don't fuck with Jade, y'all. God, I love this woman. Christy Montero from Tekken. Oh my god, do I love this Afro-Brazilian beauty. She instantly gravitated me in Tekken 4 with her appearance. And the fact that she's Eddie Gordo's student and taught her capoeira, the fighting style fits well to her, to where she became my main in the Tekken series. And I know how to play as her. I don't button mash the same shit like Eddie players do. And on some real talk, I find capoeira more attractive on women than men. That's why I prefer Christy over Eddie, just saying. She maintained her appeal and persona in later games, and I love the sass she showed against Bruce Irving in Tekken 5, to where she showed the fuck up. Loved her in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, especially her interaction with fellow capoeirista Elena. But you know what I would love even more? Is that if you put Christy in Tekken 7. I mean, it's no excuse not to put her in the game, but yet you put Kuma and Panda in the game as separate characters with the same playstyle, to which you ain't shit for that, Namco. But yeah, Namco, please bring my Tekken waifu back so I can watch her dance and feel the rhythm of Christy Montero. Until then, I will be maining my newer Tekken waifu. Master Raven from Tekken 7. You already know, Master Raven became my #1 favorite black female fighting game character of all time, and it came out of nowhere. I mean, the fact that she's Raven's sensei, aka Wesley Snipes as Blade, and the other fact that I never played Raven as much in the previous Tekken games, Master Raven was a welcomed addition to the roster, replacing her protege and cleaning up the shitstorm he made like a boss. After day one in her when Tekken 7 first came out, to where Christy wasn't in it, Master Raven became my main in the game. Why? 1, she's black. 2, she got dreads. 3, she's a ninja, hence my namesake of B Ninja. And 4, she's a motherfucking badass and showcases more tools in her toolbox of gameplay than Raven had in prior Tekken games. And honestly, Master Raven is just dope. She looks dope outside of the earphones she rocking, her demeanor screams boss, and her shinobi shit solidifies as to why Master Raven is my #1 favorite black woman in a fighting game, period.
You win.
It's just business. Don't take it personally.
And there you have it! Those are my top 21 black female fighting game characters of all time. I gotta admit, after doing the research, fighting games do have a diverse roster of characters of color, and I detract what I said earlier in the beginning of the video. There are a lot more black or dark-skinned representation on the female side in fighting games. I mean, Street Fighter got it with Elena, Laura, and Menat. Other Capcom fighters got it with Storm, Pullum, and Rouge. Mortal Kombat definitely has it with Jade, Tanya, and Jacqui. Virtual Fighter got it with Vanessa. Sam Show got it with Darlie. And of course, Tekken has it with Christy and Master Raven. So there are a well-developed balance of women of color in fighting games. But the question still remains, should there be more representation of people of color in fighting games to come? I say hell yeah! Developers should not just leave it to just one black girl or one black guy per game. Expand your diversity in your games a bit, developers. I feel games like King of Fighters and anime fighters like Guilty Gear, BlazBlue, and even Killer Instinct to a change should step it up and add more black representation into their games. Especially King of Fighters, with how giant their rosters get every single iteration of the game. I know Guilty Gear for sure got a black character on the way in Strive, so there is a bit of hope on the anime side. But I feel representation is so strong to where it needs to be displayed in games to where people can gravitate to someone like them in the game. And with that, I'll conclude my thoughts on that. So, well, thank you guys for watching the video. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more content, such as my top favorites, or any other fighting game content in general, give this video a like, comment on it on what you think about representation in not only fighting games, but games in general. Share it with everybody, but most importantly, do to Julia Chang, and
Don't forget to subscribe!
so yeah, it's your boy B Ninja, and I'm out. Just remember, Black lives do matter, and so does representation. God bless you guys. Love y'all. Peace.